Obsession. That's the word. The word that separates the weak from the strong. The average from the elite. The forgotten from the legendary. The world will tell you obsession is bad. They'll call it unhealthy. They'll call it extreme. They'll call it insane. But you know what's insane? Spending your life chasing comfort. Spending your life working a job you hate. Spending your life scrolling, sleeping, numbing yourself with distractions. And then dying with nothing to show for it. That's insane. That's the sickness of mediocrity. That's the curse of the average. Obsession is not your enemy. Obsession is your weapon. When you are obsessed with your goal, everything becomes clear. The fog disappears. The excuses vanish. The noise fades away. Where focus flows, energy flows. And when all your energy is locked on one target, you become unstoppable. But here's the truth. Most people will never experience this. They dabble. They half commit. They dip their toes in the water, but never dive in. They quit when it gets uncomfortable. They quit when it gets boring. They quit when it gets hard. And then they wonder why they stay stuck. Why their dreams never come true. Why their life feels empty. It's because they lack obsession. They lack that fire in their gut. They lack the hunger that keeps you grinding at 4 a.m. when everyone else is asleep. Think about the wolves. They don't hunt casually. They don't hunt when it's convenient. They hunt with obsession. Eyes locked on their prey, no matter how long it takes. That's the mindset you need for your goals. When you are obsessed, you cut out everything that doesn't serve your mission. Comfort becomes the enemy. Distraction becomes the enemy. Mediocrity becomes the enemy. You trade comfort for greatness. You trade sleep for discipline. You trade ease for progress. That's the price of obsession. And people will call you crazy. They won't understand. They'll laugh, they'll doubt, they'll criticize. But let them talk. Because history is written by the obsessed. The dreamers who refused to quit. The men and women who kept pushing when everyone else gave up. Michael Jordan. He wasn't just obsessed with winning. He was obsessed with dominating. He turned small insults into fuel. If someone doubted him, he'd invent rivalries in his own head, just to push harder. Kobe Bryant. They called it the Mamba mentality. Early mornings. Late nights. While others rested, he was still in the gym, dripping with sweat. He studied every weakness in his game until there were none. Elon Musk. He risked everything, every dollar, every ounce of energy. He slept on the factory floor. He didn't care about comfort, only progress. Arnold Schwarzenegger. The man came from nothing. Broken English. No money. But he saw the vision in his mind so clearly, nothing could stop him. Hours in the gym. Years of grind. From a small village in Austria to the top of bodybuilding, Hollywood, and politics. They weren't balanced. They weren't normal. They weren't reasonable. They were obsessed. And that's why they're legends. So what about you? What are you obsessed with? Or are you still drifting? Still waiting for the perfect time? Still telling yourself tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow? Tomorrow is a lie. Tomorrow is for the weak. The obsessed don't wait. They move. Now, here's what obsession looks like in real life. You wake up early, not because you feel like it, but because your mission demands it. You grind late into the night, not because it's easy, but because your vision won't let you sleep. You skip the parties, the cheap thrills, the meaningless distractions, because your future is more important than temporary pleasure. You push through the pain. You push through the boredom. You push through the days when your body screams to quit. That's obsession. That's how you win. Action steps. Here's how you build obsession into your life. Define the mission. Not a vague dream. Not a wish. A clear, specific target. Write it down. Burn it into your mind. Eliminate the noise. Cut the scrolling. Cut the gossip. Cut the people who waste your time. Your energy must flow only toward your mission. Structure your days around progress. Every single day, no matter how small, take steps forward. Tiny steps. Big steps. Doesn't matter. Move. Embrace discomfort. Comfort is the coffin of growth. If it feels easy, you're not obsessed enough. Repeat until the world has no choice but to notice. When you live with obsession long enough, results pile up. Momentum builds. And success becomes inevitable. Listen. Obsession will make people uncomfortable. It will make you a target. They will mock you. They will call you unbalanced. They will say you're too extreme. But that's fine. Because average people will never understand the mindset of the elite. The elite aren't normal. The elite aren't reasonable. The elite are obsessed. And that's why they succeed. You have a choice. You can keep living like the masses. Distracted. Comfortable. Mediocre. Or you can get obsessed with your mission. So obsessed that failure isn't even an option. So obsessed that quitting feels impossible. So obsessed that the only outcome left is victory. Be so obsessed with your goals that people think you've lost your mind. Be so obsessed that your actions scream louder than your words. Be so obsessed that success has no choice but to come to you. If this message hits you, subscribe. Because this is just the beginning. The grind, the fire, the obsession. That's what we live for here. So here's your challenge. Don't just watch this video and move on. Take a stand. Prove to yourself that you're serious. Drop this in the comments right now. I am obsessed with my goal. Because when you declare it publicly, you make it real. You lock it in. You set yourself apart from the weak, from the average, from the ones who only wish. And every time you see that comment, you'll remember, you're not just interested. You're obsessed. And obsession makes success inevitable. And if you're serious about your dreams, I'll see you in the next one.